Hello everyone, it is Matthew. Welcome back to a brand new video, and today I'm going to be doing my NBA predictions for the brand new season that is starting today. The new NBA year is underway, or about to get underway, and I'm going to do my full predictions for this upcoming season. Before we get started though, make sure to go comment your predictions and also leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm just going to go over the top 8 seeds in each conference and maybe a few award predictions. I'm not going to be doing any playoff predictions other than I may give a few thoughts on what I think might happen and stuff. But I'm just going to go over, like I said, the top 8 seeds, not go over everything, just what teams make the playoffs and stuff. So we're going to start out in the East. I feel like the East, almost everybody has the same 8 teams in the playoffs, and I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of thinking the same thing as everybody else, but the order is kind of a little iffy. So starting out at the 8 seed, I think is going to be the Miami Heat. I think they're too good to miss the playoffs, but I'm not really too intrigued by their team. We'll see what happens, but I think the 8 seed's where they're going to finish just like last year. The 7 seed, I think it's going to be the Cavs. I think the Cavs are going to be really good, but in what is a pretty stacked, top-heavy East, I think they're going to fall to 7. Still have a good record, but I think they finish 7th. Then at 6, I'm going to go with the Orlando Magic, a young team, but I think they're a really good team, and I think 6 is the right spot for them. At 5, this may be a little controversial, but I'm going to go with the 76ers. The 76ers just don't seem like a huge regular season team to me, and with injury concerns, I think they might fall down to 5. I think they're a better team than the 5 seed, but I think that's where they'll fall, if that makes sense. Then at 4, this one's probably going to be the most controversial one of them all. I'm going to go with the New York Knicks. And let me tell you this, I think the Knicks are a better team than probably the next 2 seeds, but for some reason I think they might start off a little slow and pick it up later towards the year. When it gets playoff time, I think they're going to be a lot better than a 4 seed ranking, but for some reason I think they might just fall down in the regular season standings a little bit. But like I said, I think they're a better team than the next 2 teams I'm about to mention, but for some reason, I just think they fall to 4, at least in the standings. Then at 3, I hate doing this, but I'm going with my team, the Indiana Pacers. Now, Pacers obviously had a really good year this year. I think they are going to have a very good year this year. They're built for the regular season. Like I said, I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not scared to admit it. I think the Knicks are a better team, but I think the Pacers are going to finish with a better regular season record and stuff. I'm going to go with them at the 3 seed. At the 2 seed, I'm going to go with the Milwaukee Bucks. I think they're going to have a bounce back here and finish at the 2 seed. But number 1, I'm not going to overthink it. I think it's the Celtics. They dominated last year, and I don't see a team being better than them, especially in the regular season, unless an injury or something huge were to happen. Now moving on to the West. I think the West is a lot more difficult to predict. I am kind of confident on the top 7 teams, maybe just not the order. And then the 8 seed is where it's really tough because I could see like 5 teams contending for that. The Rockets, the Lakers, maybe the Clippers, the Warriors, the Kings, maybe the Spurs. We'll see though, but overall, starting at the 8 seed, I think the Rockets will have a better record and get the 8 seed record-wise, but in the play-in, I think the Lakers will have the 9 seed and they'll beat them in the play-in game to clinch the 8 seed, so I'm going with the Lakers at 8. Now moving on to 7, I'm going to go with the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies have Ja Morant back. They're back to full health, and I think they're going to have a pretty good year, but I don't know if I'd put them on par with the top of the top at the West. So I think 7, even though it seems kind of low, I think is where I'll put them. At number 6, I'm going to go with the New Orleans Pelicans. I'm kind of iffy on them. Part of me thinks they're going to be really, really good, and part of me still has a little bit of concerns. So I think number 6 is a good spot to put them. Number 5, I'm going to go with the Denver Nuggets. Obviously, they have a 3-time MVP who's won those 3 in the last 4 seasons. But I think they'll have a little bit of a down year. I still think they'll be really good at the top of the West, but I think 5 is where they'll go. At 4, I'm going to go with the Phoenix Suns. Now, I'm telling you this isn't a playoff predictions video, but I am very confident in the Suns this year for some reason. I think they're going to have the most bounce-back season out of any team. And I'm going to be honest, when it comes to playoffs, I think they are a very, very serious threat to make the finals in the West. I know lots of people may disagree with me, but I think they are going to have a huge bounce back here. Now, the 3 seed, I'm going to go with the Dallas Mavericks. The Mavericks made the finals last year, and I think they're at the top of the West. I just think regular season-wise, I think they'll fall down to 3, which is still really good, obviously. Number 2 now, I'm going to go with the Minnesota Timberwolves. They made it to the Western Conference Finals last year. I think they're going to be really good again this year, and number 2 is where I'll put them. But at number 1, I think the clear number 1 in the West record-wise, I think is going to be the Thunder. They were number 1 last year. They improved. They got some experience under their belt. I think they definitely finished number 1 record-wise. I don't know if I'm still 100% confident in them in the playoffs. And I'm going to be honest, those top 4 seeds I just named, I think have an equal shot of coming out of the West, like a dead equal shot. There's no team, unlike the East, that I'm more confident in, because in the East, I would say it's the Celtics I'm definitely most confident in to come out of the East and make the finals, and the second team would definitely be the Knicks. But the West, out of those top 4, I have absolutely no clue. I seriously could see any of those 4 in it. So that'd kind of be my finals predictions, even though I didn't give an actual finals predictions. Actually, I will. I'm going to go with the Celtics, definitely in the East. I think the Knicks could take it, but I'm going to go with the Celtics. I feel like they're too good to not get there. And then the West, I'm going to go with the Suns. I know people will say I'm crazy for that. I don't know. That's my gut saying that. And normally I don't do crazy predictions, like unexpected ones, but I don't know. I feel confident in the Suns. I think the Mavericks definitely could get there. I think the Timberwolves could get there. I think the Thunder could, even though I'm kind of a little still iffy on their playoff experience, but I think they're definitely at least are probably the most talented team in the West. So any of those 4 I could see, but I'll go with the Celtics and Suns in my finals. And then that's all my predictions, other than I want to do my MVP predictions as well. And I think this is going to be a 2-person race, and that's in between Anthony Edwards and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Overall, though, I think all the hype's going to be around Shai. I think they're going to have the better record, and I feel like this is his year to win it. So I'm going to go with him to win the MVP. So that's my predictions for this NBA season. If you disagree with my predictions, please don't get mad at me, because I feel like this season is so difficult to predict. And also, these are regular season seeding predictions, not like playoffs. Like I said, there's some teams I think may finish a little lower in the regular season than what they actually are, like how good they are, if that makes sense. And this season, I feel like so difficult to predict. But that's my predictions. Like I said, comment yours below, leave a like on the video, and also if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. We have so many cool videos coming out soon. We are posting like almost daily, so make sure you guys subscribe. But that's going to be all for this video. I can't wait for this new NBA season, but that's going to be all. So till next video, see ya!
Say that it feels right.